Alright, y'all. Peace and blessings. God bless y'all. I'm Jarvis Kingston, and I hope y'all doing alright in these challenging times. Now, today I want to discuss about this whole Stacy situation. This is regarding about domestic violence and domestic abuse. And this story had blown up like crazy today. It blown up all over Twitter. I first found this about on Twitter. I saw it trending number one, and I clicked on it, and I was just like, dang, man. Watching that video was crazy. So basically, Stacy is a former NFL player who got caught up in a domestic violence situation, and it was recorded on camera. They had house cameras set up, so he walks in, the baby's in the living room, the woman's there too, and he just goes up to her. He's smacking her up, punching her around, pushing her around, and then this dude just tosses her to the TV like a rag dog, man. And then, she just laying there on the ground. This dude picks her up and just chokeslammed this girl. Like he the Big Show or something. Like he just Undertaker or something. Like he Kane or something. That was a vicious ass chokeslam, man. He slammed her on top of the baby's toys, man. I said, damn, this boy crazy, man. But see, that's the thing about domestic violence and domestic abuse, man. That video was disturbing to many people out there. But the sad truth is that those things happen every day with common people. And sometimes things are much more worse than that. We thought that was bad. There's things that happen way much worse. He's just a former NFL player. You have regular dudes around the way that do this stuff to their own women. You know what I mean? Like, domestic violence is a crazy thing, bro. Overall, it's a toxic, manipulative, dysfunctional behavior. You know what I'm saying? And both can be a victim to domestic violence. A man could be a victim of it, and a woman could be a victim of it too. Both can be violent. You see these fatal attraction stories more than ever. Even though she's still alive and well and healthy, that's a good thing. But just still, for a lot of cases, there's a lot of women that die from domestic abuse. There's a lot of women that die from domestic violence. There's women that literally have gotten killed by their boyfriends, that got killed by their husbands, and vice versa. There's husbands that got killed by their wives. There's men that got killed by their girlfriends. There's men that got killed by their wives. Like Steve McNair, Lorenzo Wright. Guys get set up too. So, all in all, man, relationships and marriages today are more violent and physical than it's ever been. Like, domestic abuse has always been around for decades, for centuries. You know what I mean? The thing is that was the thing that was never talked about back then. Because like many old school musicians were very abusive. They were very abusive men. A lot of old school like actors, a lot of old school artists, they were very abusive. When you watch these documentaries and you research these celebrities and you kind of dig in their past and the things they went through in controversies and legal battles, like a lot of them had to do with restraining orders and divorces and settlements and domestic violence, abuse, all types of crazy stuff, man. Because people look up to athletes, people look up to celebrities like they're good role models, like they're perfect people, but they're still human, bro. They like what people do behind closed doors, you'd be surprised, man. And that Stacy dude, he got them cameras all over him. And that showed the world, like, hey, who this guy really is. Like, him playing football, that's just a cover-up. Like, what you saw right there, that's who he actually was. You know what I mean? You can't let a person's job or career, occupation cover up who they are. Who you are as a person will always supersede your career or what you used to do or what job or profession you have. And that's what people don't understand, bro. People are so caught up with idolatry and so infatuated with famous people or people that have certain careers or jobs that when they start to see other aspects of them and other sides of them, they don't know how to handle it or how they wrap their heads around it. But domestic violence, domestic abuse is a very like crazy thing, man. And that video has really shooken up a lot of people, especially like Twitter. I mean, we know how Twitter is, you know what I mean? Like all the woke people are on Twitter, all the social justice warriors are on Twitter. Twitter has all the, survival fighters and all this and that. Twitter just got all the feminists and all the women empowerment stuff. So we kind of know how that goes over there. But all in all, that video was like mad disturbing, man. I'm just like, dang, bro. This dude like just chokeslammed this girl, man. And then like he did that in front of the baby. You know what I mean? He didn't even put the baby in the room. He didn't put the baby next door to the neighbor's house. He didn't even put the baby to sleep. Like that man did that in front of the child. And allegedly the baby was 5 months old, but still, like, that dude was so angry and so at a boiling point, he felt the urge to just do that and not care who was there, who was not looking. Then after the dude chokeslams her, this dude walks out the door, says, "I love you," and then closes the door. I'm just like, wow, man, that's hella toxic. And the crazy part about all of this is that while he was like hitting her and doing all these things to her, she didn't even yell or scream. She was kind of like silent for a certain part. She was like saying "ow" and "stop," but she wasn't even loud or like overreacted. Because you know how like when a woman gets hit or something, they're gonna yell, they're gonna scream. Like she didn't even yell or scream. So that showed that that's a habitual thing. Like that's not the first time she got hit. That's not the first time that happened. Because if a woman ever gets hit for the first time or whatnot, she's gonna be in shock. She's gonna be surprised. She's gonna be like, "What are you doing? Oh my gosh!" She's gonna yell. She's gonna scream. But when it becomes a habit or a routine, they kind of just know how to take that pain, take that trauma, and take that abuse, and take that manipulation. And it's sad because it's like they get accustomed to it. They get accustomed to the beatings. They get accustomed to the physicality. You know, that's a big football player. That guy that played running back, that dude's like, what, 5'9", 5'10", like 220, 240 pounds. Like, dude is big as hell. And he does that to a little skinny white girl like that. I mean, she looks like she's, what, 5'6", 5'7", like 110 pounds. She looks light as hell. That dude just tossed her like a rag dog, and the TV fell on her. It's just sad. I think they had a pet in the house, too. I mean, man, that was just very disturbing, man. You know, it's just like, wow, you know. But allegedly on the news cycle, I think she spoke out to certain news channels or outlets. They said that he beat her like multiple times. Like he put hands on her multiple times, and you could definitely tell. It's like he was comfortable in that abuse. You know what I mean? And what the story was alleged, what they said was that his financial advisor and her were having a certain thing or something. You know how that goes. And then dude just found out about it and just lost his mind, just flipped out, man. You know, it's just crazy, bro. You know, these couples, these marriages are straight up toxic and violent out here, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Seeing stuff like that, like, I'm glad I'm single, man. Because when you single, you don't gotta do no crap like that. Y'all be in these relationships and these marriages, and they be violent, toxic as hell, man. You know, when people start to grow old, they start to hate each other. They start to do conniving things. They start to do things behind their back. They start getting manipulative and controlling. You know, they start getting physical. They get verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. And those things just run wild, you know. Luckily for that woman, she's still alive and well, and the baby's okay, too. Because a lot of cases, nobody be surviving those type of things. Because you see these fatal attraction stories. You see how these stories end up. You know, you see these stories about boyfriend killing girlfriend, husband killing wife, then kills the kid, and then they commit suicide. Like, you see these stories more and more than ever, and it's sad that we're so desensitized to it. It's sad that we're so accustomed to these stories, but that just shows you how fallen this world is. It shows you how sick this world is. This is a corrupt generation. We're definitely in the days of Noah. We're definitely in the end times. We're definitely in the last days, man. This is definitely latter times. This is definitely perilous times, man. Like, there's so much crazy stuff just going on out here daily, you know. And that video being put out there was just like, wow. You know, that was just like so random. But the sad part is that those things go on every day. We probably have next door neighbors that's going through that. We probably got family members going through that. We probably got coworkers or classmates or teachers that's going through that. We don't even know it. Because there's a lot of people that go through domestic violence and they don't tell nobody about it. They'll just keep it to themselves. They'll keep it a secret. They'll act like everything's all fine. And then that's the problem. When nobody's held accountable, when nobody's talking about things, when nobody's opening up to stuff, these things keep on happening secretly. And then when the couple dies, everybody's like, oh my God, how did that happen? I'm just like, yo, they're probably searching for help but couldn't find it, or they're just living secretly. That's the thing, man. These couples and these marriages, they take all these beautiful photos on social media, and you think they're the perfect couple and everything's nice. But behind all of that, it's nothing but it's just toxic behavior. It's violence. It's domestic stuff going left and right. You know, you got the Stacy dude. You got the Chad Willer, his big ass, done mollywop that girl, and Mary Rice with the one-hitter quitter. You know, don't get me started on Ike Turner. Ike Turner had them combos. That man hitting up on Tina, she had to perform right after. Man, I'm telling you, domestic violence has always been around, man. You know what I mean? It's always been around, man. The problem with this whole scenario too is like the dating options we have and the dating market and the people we decide to date or marry to have children with. That's the problem. You know what I mean? It's like people don't peep those red flags anymore. Nobody sees those. We overlook things about other people too hard, and we ignore things about people too hard, and that's how things blow up in our face. You know, we have to always be watchful and be fully aware of a person's character, their body language, what triggers them, what gets them mad, you know, things like that. You got to pick up on those things, man, because, you know, people have different temper levels, people hit different boiling points, people snap differently. I mean, it's crazy, bro. You know, we got to be more mindful when we're dealing with each other, man. You know what I mean? People got different traumas and different things that trigger them. And a lot of people don't know how to handle things correctly. So they feel like violence and being physical is the way to do it. You have to understand, these last days, a lot of people are spiritually disturbed. A lot of people are mentally and emotionally unstable. A lot of people are just like not in their right element, not in their right mind and place. And if you kind of go through something like that, don't get in a relationship. Stay to yourself, work on yourself, improve your behavior, and then go out and get into a relationship. Don't be in a relationship or marriage if you know your mind is not right or your spirit not right. You know what I mean? Because then you'll get caught up in more problems as it is, because you're dealing with another person and your problems as well. And that's never a good mix. You know, this stuff is crazy, man. But all in all, man, a lot of these men out here, they just got so much mental baggage and so emotional baggage, man, spiritual issues. And these guys don't believe in God. They don't care about healing. They don't care about counseling or going to therapy or a psychiatrist or a therapist, anything like that, any counselor, any mentor. These guys don't have that, bro. So they just handle all their problems physically. They handle all their problems violently, bro. And mind you, this is a former NFL player. So this guy probably has CTE. You know, he probably has that. You know, I'm not using that as an excuse to what he did, but I'm just saying, these former NFL players, these former boxers, these former wrestlers, they have so much brain damage, and they've been in violent environments for so long. They literally take that with them, even when they're not playing that sport no more. Because in order to be a good combat fighter or good at wrestling or football, you have to be naturally violent by nature. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to be a force physically. You have to have a certain vigor or strength or certain physicality about you that you have to kind of keep that on 24/7. You know, it's no on and off switch with guys like that. You know, like when you play a sport like tennis or basketball or soccer, you know, you can be like energetic on the court in that field of endeavor, and then off the court you could be a whole different person. You could be laid back, you could be chill. But with football, how guys are in the field, they're kind of like that off the field too, like as far as their energy, and they're kind of meatheads, no offense. You know, they're meatheads. So you're dealing with a meathead who probably has CTE, who probably has been injected with all types of steroids and stimulants and all types of stuff in their body. So their blood flow not right, their mental health not right. They got all these different issues and CTE all at once. Of course he's going to be domestic violence. Of course he's going to be physical. You know, women got to be more mindful about the guys that they date, man. You know, and luckily for this woman, she's still alive. The baby is still alive, you know, but y'all women out there, man, y'all got to stop dating these bad boys. Y'all got to stop dating these thugs and these dudes, these rah-rah dudes, these gangster dudes. Y'all got to stop doing that, man. Because y'all see how those things turn out, bro. Those things never turn out good. You know, women say, oh, guys are corny, don't want a good guy, good guys are boring. I'm like, man, your ass is safe with a good guy. Your ass is safe with a decent dude, man. You are safe and sound with a boring guy. Okay? Boring guys are predictable. You don't have to worry about them waking up out of nowhere, snapping and just whooping your ass. You don't got to worry about that. them meatheads, them bad boys, them physical, them unpredictable guys. You don't know what you're gonna expect with guys like that. Come on, man. We in these last days, bro. You either stay single or get in a companionship with a boring ass person. That's how it is now. All right. All that excitement, all that rah rah stuff, all that bad boy, bad girl stuff. This is not the time for this, bro. We gotta. If y'all are in a situation where you feel vulnerable and want to be in companionship and want to date, man, you better date you a boring ass person. You better date you a laid back ass person. You better date a predictable ass person. Because there is sanity and a peace of mind in that, man. There is no sanity when you're dating an unpredictable person. There is no peace of mind when you're dating someone that's had a certain lifestyle or career at a certain point of their lives. There's no peace in that, bro. For that girl to set up cameras in her house like that just shows you, like, there's a lot way happening before that. You get what I'm saying? That was just like the last straw. That was just like you know what I mean, the main event. That dude chokeslammed her like he was at SummerSlam or something, or the Royal Rumble, or Survivor Series, or the the bash at the beach, WrestleMania ass chokeslam. Man, that dude picked her neck up like a hot pocket and just sent her to the pits of hell with that chokeslam. That boy's the devil. Man, this boy chokeslammed her worse than the Undertaker, the Big Show, and Kane. And at least Undertaker, Big Show, and Kane, at least they could chokeslam you in the ring flat on your back or on a chair. This dude gon' body slam he gon' chokeslam her on the kids' toys. That boy's sick, man. In front of the child, man. This child had front row tickets to see that, bro. That whole child mind gonna be all messed up, man. Cause once something hits the internet, it never gets taken off. So what if that little dude's in school one day, and they be like, "Oh, you're the kid who mom got body slammed. You're the kid who mom got choke slammed. Da 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 da. Oh, your dad is that ex-NFL player. Oh my God." See, that kid has to deal with that for the rest of his life. If he ever goes to school or classmates and stuff, and that video still floats around on the internet. Because once something goes on the internet, it never gets off, bro. Like, that will be remembered for a long time, bro. Like, those things like that, the Ray Rice thing, those things never just go away completely. Them things are always going to be recycled somewhere down the road, bro. Man, that's crazy, man. This dude gonna throw her across the TV like the Fat Albert movie. Like he trying to throw her in the TV. Like, damn, bro. You gonna throw her in that big ass TV like that? The hell wrong with you? This man gonna throw her like a frisbee, and then he gonna chokeslam her like he the Big Show. And then this man gonna walk out and say, "I love you," and then slam the door. If that's not toxic, I don't know what the hell toxic is, man. That's beyond toxic, bro. Y'all women need to stop messing with these toxic dudes, man. Vice versa, y'all need to date some boring, predictable ass people. Stop dating these toxic, violent ass, controlling, manipulative ass people, man. Cause that woman could have lost her life from that dude, man. That dude could have killed her. Did y'all see how he just thrown her around like it was nothing? That dude could have killed her with his bare hands, bro. Luckily, she's safe and sound, bro, and that child's okay too, man. That's wild, man. But I just want to talk about that whole Stacy news, man, because I seen it trending on Twitter. I was just like, dang, what's this trending number one? I just seen the dude just chokeslam shorty. I'm like, damn, this dude crazy as hell. I mean, damn, you gonna throw it to a TV and chokeslam her? Sheesh. Man, we are definitely in perilous times, boy. These are the end times, man. We in some perilous times, bro. This is definitely the last days, man. Alright, so I pray to God that whoever listens to this, I pray that you start your life over. I pray that you get the Lord. I pray that you get baptized. I pray that you get new beginnings and you do better with yourself. I pray that your life turns around for the better and all your situations get handled and fixed by God's might and God's outstretched arm. I'm Jarvis Kingston. I got much love for y'all. Y'all stay peaceful. Peace.